All right, ladies and gentlemen, Matt McCarthy here at the Pig and Whistle on West 36th Street. Rugby wrap-up and the English Premiership, and I have the pleasure of being here with the CCSRDPR of the English Premiership, Mr. Wayne Morris. Wayne, can you tell me what the CCSRDPR is exactly?
It's an interesting shortcut, I think, isn't it, for sure? So I look after all of our CSR investments and all of our community activity.
So, folks, a little background on Wayne. First off, he is, aside from being the first best-looking bald guy in the place, he's a Welshman with a pretty good rugby background bio of his own. I believe you were the youngest captain of a top Welsh team with Pontypool.
It is true, yeah, long time ago.
But let's talk about why you're here, actually. Premiership, doing big things here in the United States. We have a match coming up.
Yeah, look, it's fantastically exciting for us, I think. You know, to bring a real Viva Premiership fixture over here with points up for stake. You know, some of the best players in the world, in the most competitive league in the world, playing each other here in Philadelphia is going to be a fantastic occasion.
Yeah, Saracens, though, has got a couple of stops here under their belt, right? They London Irish last year at Red Bull.
You know, a great occasion, great atmosphere, and I say we're looking forward to replicating that at the Talon Energy Stadium.
Now, this match with Newcastle and Saracens has some things that the American fans can sink their teeth into other than exceptional rugby on American soil. The other big deal is that Nick Civetta of the Eagles is on the Falcons, the second row that scored 2 tries in the World Cup qualifier against Canada.
Yep.
Take that, Canada. And Titi Lamosatelli, freight train prop. He's with Saracens. Already these guys are young guys with some great exposure because of the Premiership. Yeah.
Well, I think it's a great environment for them, isn't it? Coming into the Premiership, say competitive nature of the Premiership, week in, week out, you're up against top quality opposition, internationals from not only the best of the English players, but internationals from around the world playing in one place. So you're guaranteed that every week you get tested, and if you don't turn up and you don't front up, you get beaten. It doesn't matter whether you're top of the table, bottom of the table. Every week we see these fantastic kind of clashes, and you know, for those guys to be in that environment training and then playing in that environment every weekend is going to improve your game for sure.
And it's also improved the environment for the American rugby fan watching on TV, because now you guys have a deal with NBC.
Yep.
AEG is working in.
Well, it's fantastic relationships for us. The last few years we've been in and around the US doing little bits and pieces on the community front, the game last year, and what we were looking for was a long-term sustainable plan to work with the US and get the right organisations around that. And the first part of that was NBC coming on as a partner. You know, fantastic, world-renowned broadcaster, great platform for promoting rugby in the US. And I think that was one of the things we really wanted to do, was not only showcase our product, but make sure that people in and around the US could get to see top-quality rugby on TV on a platform that they could see it all the time. So fantastic amount of coverage from NBC. The programming is great, and then bolting on top of that the new relationship with AEG. It's a long-term relationship. It's the Premiership Rugby American Series.
That's good to hear.
It's not just a one-off game. This is something that's going to happen year on year for the next 4 years at least, and we hope to build on that into the future.
From around the globe, legends are arriving at Rugby Town, USA. 20 teams, including the Olympic gold medal rugby champions Fiji. Rugby Town Sevens, August 25th through the 27th at Infinity Park in Glendale, Colorado. Tickets at rugbytownsevens.com.
You know, as an American sports fan, and I'm into all American sports, but it's very cool to see a Today Show in the United States with Dan Lyle, Alex Corbacero in New York. Yeah. But they're all talking rugby right in my living room on TV, and I can watch it.
Yeah, I think that was for us was absolutely key when we were in the market looking for a broadcast partner. You know, NBC, when we entered into those discussions, you know, the ability for them to use their platforms to make rugby available for everybody. So you know, one of the things you need to help grow the game and develop the game is for people to be able to see it live on TV. and that's what we've got with NBC, a fantastic platform, a great production, and it's only going to help the US grow the game.
So what specifically are you looking to do while you're here?
So I think that's really the focus of the week for us. So we're spending quite a lot of time with Dan's team at AEG, looking at how we build the community aspects around it, so how we get the grassroots game in America involved in the game, what elements from the Premiership we can bring to support the development of the game here in the US. But we're going to hold a series of skills clinics right away across the eastern seaboard, from New York all the way down to Washington.
Oh, sweet. When does that start?
So that'll start about 10 days out from the game, so 6th, 7th of September. And it'll run for the first week of the community efforts.
And where can folks find out about that?
So if they go to premiershiprugby.com, they'll be able to go to there'll be a page up there on USA. That'll give them all the information around the game, and that'll give them a chance to sign up. So we're also going to take 20 people from that program across to the UK for an all expenses paid week.
With me.
yeah, you could do this. You could do the evening entertainment for them for sure.
That's great. Great. We just signed a deal here, folks.
but look, it'd be a fantastic opportunity for 20 people. We're going to work out how we're going to divide those. It'll be everything from sort of 14 through to 24, and they'll spend a week in and around our clubs, learning from our staff. About what it is to be a professional rugby player. So
awesome.
It'll be the first time of anything of that scale will be done to try and support the development of young players here in the US.
Flattered to be next to you, sir.
Pleasure's all mine, man.
Matt McCarthy for Mr. Wayne Morris of the Premiership. We'll see you next time on Rugby Wrap Up.